Welcome back to Advocation X, all you beautiful thinking people, you. Once again, it's your host, Clyde Phillips, and it's time for me to come to you. But first, hit that like button, become a member, subscribe, crush that bell, don't miss anything going forward. And remember something, this channel is all opinion. It's based on facts, but it's still opinion. So, you need to do your own research. Always do your own research, because remember, we never give up and we never give in, but we always keep an open mind because knowledge is our power and we're not giving up that power. So do your DD. Always make sure you're well informed before you make decisions. What do I like to tackle here and now, right now? I hope some of you out there are aware that there are these traders in our midst. Some of them are huge corporations that trade stocks every minute of every day, of course, while trading goes on. So many of them are out to manipulate the markets. We have groups out there called market makers. We have hedge funds. We have bigger hedge funds that own little hedge funds or supply little hedge funds with liquidity whenever they have trouble, which obviously shows that they're probably owning a huge portion of them. And we little guys, all of us, we're all little guys, we have to try our best to fight back, and we're having difficulties. So there are regulatory bodies that are there to try to make sure that they level the playing field. But do they? Most times the answer is no. But that doesn't stop us. We keep on moving forward, don't we? Because that's right, you got it now. Finally, you're able to say it on your own. Because of that, we persevere. And did you know that 95% of us little retail guys are always losing money in the markets? Did you know why? Have you ever heard of payment for order flow? It's a little nasty. It's a lot nasty. Let me give you a quick little overview. You want to buy a share of XYZ. That share is $100 at the moment. You see it, you go, wow, that's down from 120. I want to buy it now. I think it's going to go back up to 120. So what do? You place your order. You want one share, that's all, just one, at $100. I get your order. I'm like, oh, he wants a share for $100. I go, here, Bob, he wants a share for $100. Oh, wait till you buy it for 80. And then you can supply it to him for $100. You make $20 off the top, and he gets his share at $100. Okay, all good. Thank you. He can hold that order and hold it and hold it and hold it. He's got your $100. It shows on your sheet that you got the share. Is it manipulated share or is it a real share? Did you get a certificate? Does it show that you actually own that stock? If you don't have that in your possession, beware. So, market makers are pretty sneaky. Hedge funds, pretty sneaky. You have all kinds of money management companies out there, some doing great, some doing good, some tanking like Gordon Johnson. Oh, that's right. He's not actively trading a lot of these stocks now. He's an analyst. He's an analyst, and it seems like the only stock he analyzes is Tesla. And all he ever has to say is doom and gloom. If he had been betting on Tesla the way he talks, if he'd been betting against it, short selling, he would have bankrupted everybody that's ever invested in him. And I mean, every penny they've owned would all be gone because they'd have to pay out on those shorts. I mean, he's been wrong every single step of the way. There was 2 periods where Gordon Johnson could have made some money if he was short selling. But he would have to do a short horizon and a large dip he'd be forecasting, and he would have made lots of money. I don't think he did, because if he did, he'd probably still be doing pretty good. Notwithstanding, it's a tough world out there, folks. You need to do your due diligence. Remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just me telling you what I'm doing. Well, the authorities are now involved. And of course, like I said, they're supposed to be there to protect everybody, make it an even playing field. Keep a close eye on them. And remember, they are all part of the government that you have elected. So if these people are not doing as you would see fit, you can unelect them. So, for all of you people, understand, you beautiful thinking people, you, don't let these people steamroll you. Elect good people. Stop voting against your best interest. It seems like, and I don't understand it, if I wanted to be a politician, I would fail miserably, because I'd be honest with you. But when somebody stands up in your face and goes, I'm going to make you rich, I'm going to build everything taller and bigger and stronger than ever before, I'm going to take less taxes and give you more in return, I am your savior, vote for me. You guys flock to the polls and vote for them. Not all of you. Because I know there are beautiful thinking people out there. And remember, for you beautiful thinking people, one phrase I say all the time. One phrase I say all the time. And that is, 1585 was a good year. Remember that, you'll be okay. In one of my future videos, I'll explain that to you. My purpose here today is to help you understand what you're up against. When there is a real sure thing, when you've done your DD and you know that's going to go, put your money there and forget it. Don't even look at it again. Don't look at it till you need it, okay? And I'll tell you why. The market makers are going to manipulate that stock to death. It's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up. And every time it goes in either direction, those guys are going to make money. But your money, you're watching it go down, you get panicked. You sell it. Cheap. They buy it cheap. And they sell it to the next person. High. They get all their money back. And they recycle. That person, it goes down. That person sells. They buy it cheap. He goes away broke. They wait till it goes up. And they sell it to the next. And the next. And the next. And the next. They short sell against them. They apply puts and calls that allow them to make even more money. Oh, they're so good at it. They have algorithms that tweak your emotions, that bring you to the point, to the brink of just going crazy until you sell those shares. Don't be fooled. Find a good conviction. I mean a good one. Not these speculative ones. There's all kinds of risky bets out there. And you're going to hear all kinds of people on YouTube here telling you, this is the one, it's going to here, and it's going to do this, and it's going to do that, and it's going to be, and it's going to, and you're, and yeah. Ask them, what are they driving? Most of them are living in their mama's basement. Most, not all, not all. Some of them are very, very successful. However, they're not successful by taking their own advice. They were successful before. Now they can play with these high-risk things because they have oodles of extra money. If you don't have oodles of extra money, don't chase these wild dreams. They will bring you down. They will bankrupt you. They will take you out of the game. And these guys don't care because all that money gets distributed amongst them. I'm not sure if you realize how the markets work. There cannot be a buyer without a seller. There cannot be a seller who's successful without a buyer. It's always a back and forth. If you're buying here and selling there, how do you expect to survive? So if I told you, hey, buy that stock A. Oh, but if it goes down 10%, sell it. You have to have a threshold for how much you can afford to lose. Well, guess what? The FOMO gets everybody moving in that direction. So they all buy it. And then it starts to drop because of the market makers. And as it drops, everybody rushes to sell. Get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And I buy it up at the bottom. How do you think these folks get rich? Okay, back to the topic at hand. A couple of stocks I want to fly by you here. ABML, American Battery, is another one I touched on way back. And it's been dropping. It's been dropping like a rock. A lot of people have been questioning, what's your wisdom here? Why were you touting this stock and then it's just dropping like a rock? And I believe in the video, I can't recall exactly, I'll have to go over that video again. I'm sure I told everybody, they're in the building phase. In the building phase means you spend money. You're spending money without revenue, it makes your company look bad. Your shares are going to go down. People aren't going to be buying them unless they see the vision. The vision for American Battery Mills is quite simple. There's going to be an overflow. There is right now, actually, an overflow of electric car batteries that are going into landfills because there's not enough recycling places. So anybody who starts recycling is going to go through the roof. Why? It doesn't matter how much competition there is. There's going to be enough recyclable batteries to totally keep everybody afloat. Now, I'm not saying you should leave your money there or you shouldn't. But what I'm going to tell you is I'm leaving my money there. Okay? Another one I want to touch on, and these are because people have been inquiring as to their disasters. Humble, which was TSND at one point. And Humble acquired the company. And that TSND was starting to move up a little bit. And then when they acquired it, they gave us shares of Humble instead. So the value of our shares actually went up. It kind of consolidated, but it went up. And then since then, it has dropped off a cliff. What's going on with Humble, they're saying? What the hang? We invested in Humble. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I do. I believe in that company. I may be wrong, but I might be right. And I put what I could afford into that company, so that in the opportunity that it does move up to where I believe it can be, I will reap the benefits along with them. Is that such a bad thing? I never tell you to invest what you can't afford to lose. Ever. Because otherwise I'd be foolish. Disclaimer. If you want to get rich on the stock market, don't play it. Simple. If that's what your goal is, to get rich, don't play it. Now I'm going to qualify that. Not that you can't get rich in stocks, okay? I don't want to scare anybody away. I hope nobody ran away from the thing and shut me off because they're not going to hear this part. You can make it. But your thought process has to be methodic and thorough, and you have to stay calm. You cannot trade on emotion. If you trade on emotion, you're going to want to jump into a frozen lake. I say frozen because I don't want to lose anybody. So if you try to jump in a frozen lake, you're going to hurt, but you're probably going to live. Okay? My point. Do your due diligence on each company, and if you feel convicted, put what you can afford to lose there. Don't look at it any other way. Put what you can afford to lose there. And if it hits, you're a happy camper. I'll give you an example. I go to casinos, maybe 3-4 times a year, maybe 5 at the most. And when I go, I have a limit of $100. That's it. That's like a night out. That's a few drinks and a meal. I put $100 in my pocket and I go there. And I play. And when I lose it, I say, well, I got my entertainment, and I leave. I got value, some value, for my $100. I usually have a drink in that time period as well too, so it's not all going in the machines or on the tables. If every 6 or 7 times you go, you win, I can tell you from my own example, I've always stayed ahead of the casino. And even lottery tickets. I don't buy them often, I just buy them randomly, but I always include that in whatever I've spent on gambling. I'm way ahead of that. There's a time when I went, and I can tell you honestly, I went to Windsor and I'm sure if anybody from my Windsor area or that knows me well enough will probably pipe up in the comments, I would go to that casino and I would be awaiting my wine that I would bottle there. So I would spend a few days in the hotel taking a little vacation. I'd enjoy the restaurants, enjoy a couple of drinks here and there, spend time with people, go to the casino, go look at the sights, walk down by the river. And more than one occasion I've gone down, paid for all my wine, paid for all my drinks, paid for all my meals, brought back money for my children, like extra cash money just to give them, and still had tons of money in my pocket, paying for gas, paying for all the things I had to pay for, paid not a penny out of my pocket. It all came from a win. So those couple of wins probably took care of about 50 different visits. So if I never won for 48 visits, I broke even. That's my logic. That's how I gamble. I don't like to just throw money away for nothing, and I won't do it. So I'm telling you, as far as advice, this is not financial advice. This is person-to-person advice. Never risk more than you can afford to lose, and you will come out a winner. Humble, same thing. They were acquiring companies. They were moving ahead. They were bringing on celebrity talent that have experience in what they need. They're bringing on tokens and all kinds of different components to their future success. When they have spoken about their direction is pretty defined. They're not here to make a quick dollar. They didn't IPO just so they could steal your money and run. They're doing something with it. They're acquiring different assets. They're bringing together technologies that are going to make them one super strong technological outfit that moves us all into the future. So, like Blue Sphere, like American Battery Metals, I am holding my Humble shares. I can't say I'll always hold them, but as far as I can tell, there's a future in Humble. I'm holding. This is the way I like to invest. Be convicted, find something that has either great promise or great moral vision, and invest. Only what you can afford to lose. So, folks, just understand, once again, I have to reiterate, I am not your financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion and what I'm doing, and it's for entertainment purposes and etc., etc., etc. Please don't jump in a frozen lake or whatever lake. Don't jump in any lakes. Just make sure you invest safe, do your DD, and let's make money. And never give up and never give in, but always keep that open mind, because knowledge is our power, and it's what's going to get us through. Don't give up your power. Now, stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, stay as happy as humanly possible.